Good afternoon, I'm back. It's the 5th day of Christmas, 5 gold rings. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. I had a nice, wonderful, quiet Christmas. Christmas Eve was lovely with an evening service here at Bay City Church. And so I got to spend time with my friends on Christmas Eve. And then I got to, on Christmas Day, I stayed home and binge watched the last complete season of Downton Abbey because that's one of my guilty pleasures is Downton Abbey. So anyway, that's what I did for Christmas. And now we're getting ready to enter a whole new year. 2026 will be here before you know it. So take some time. I'm going to take some time this week and set some goals for myself for 2026. One of the things I just started doing this morning is I've been really lax in daily devotionals. And so yesterday I found an app called Lexio 365. Tick on a second here. All right. I was just turning on another light on my microphone. Anyway, so this morning I started my daily devotionals. 1 in the morning. I forgot to do my afternoon one, so I'll do my devotional this evening and get myself back on track to get closer to God again, because I feel like maybe I've let a part of my spiritual life go a little lax this year. So trying to avoid, facing things that I need to change. So anyway, I'm going to fix that this year. Why am I wearing my earphones? Because I wanted to see what was playing. Anyway, I'm going to take them off. Because what you'll notice is I didn't play my intro, and I'll play my close, but I didn't play my intro because somehow when I got to the church to take care of business, I discovered that I had left my USB stick somewhere at home. So hopefully I'll find it when I get home, because I also left a USB hub at home that allows me to hook up to hardwire a Cat5 cable into my computer, and so hopefully that will get taken care of too when I get home. Hope it's there. Anyway, because I'm hoping the Wi-Fi is on, and I hope I'm not dropping any, but I was wanting to have my Wi-Fi and be hardwired. So that's one of the things I'm talking about today is tech, because I've noticed that I'm in our tech office at church where I do the live streams on Sunday mornings and any tech work that needs to be done for church. And what I've noticed is when I just use the Wi-Fi alone, I drop a lot of frames. Not quite sure. I'm still trying to get a handle on this OBS on my MacBook, because I don't drop scenes when I'm streaming on Sundays from my my big desktop Mac for the church. So I got to figure out some settings, working on that. So one of the things I bought myself for Christmas was some new mics. So one of the reasons early on I was wearing the earphones is because I had a microphone on it, and I just don't like always having that on. So I had bought some inexpensive lapel mics, and they worked okay, but what I noticed when I used it with my camera to make my cranberry sauce film that I did earlier in November, that mic, when I got away from too far from the camera, didn't pick up really well. So I need something that I could wear. And I'd bought a couple things. They were inexpensive and they work okay. But I was going through some tech videos on Facebook and on YouTube, and found some new mics. So I bought my Christmas present to myself was this set of Rode mics. It's got a receiver that plugs into a USB-C port on my computer. So I have a receiver, and I actually have two microphones. I'm wearing one, and this is the other one. Why did I pick Rode? Well, it was the least expensive of the good ones that I found. When I was doing research early on when we were updating our tech here at church, Rode was one of the systems that everybody said were good systems, along with Shure and Sennheiser. Shure and Sennheiser had more expensive lapel mics, but this one fit the bill for me. I could wear it on my lapel. The cool thing is, not only is it transmitting to you, I'm also recording the audio so that if something happened and the audio on a video that I'm recording went hinky, I could download from this to my computer, and it's like having a field recorder that you're wearing. It's really cool. So this also came with wind things to put over there, which I can over the mic, because here's the mic right here, and I can use both mics, so I could do an interview with someone if I wanted to. The receiver tells me how how things are going, as well as OBS tells me. So that's my new tech. A little later, next paycheck or the paycheck after that, I'm going to get another camera that has some AI with it that will do some tracking for me, so that like when I do things like that cooking video, or if I want to do, it acts as a webcam, but it follows your movement and motion, so you don't necessarily have to have somebody there aiming the camera, because the camera will follow you around. So that's my next purchase to go with this. And you're saying, why, if you're doing this, if you're doing this on your own, why are you buying the tech? Well, part of it is when I retire, I'm thinking one of my side gigs will be helping other people stream things or film things. I've got, with my computer at home now, I have Final Cut Pro that I use for film editing. So I can help people build videos with, and build, like at church on several occasions for people's memorial services. I've built memorial videos, so I can help people do that kind of thing, and and put music with it, those kinds of things. I can, so I want to make sure I have good tech. Pastor was talking about, they have someone, one of our Bay City members knows the wife of the architect of the Bay City, of the Tillamook Methodist Church. The architect of the newer Tillamook Church that was built in the late 80s, early 90s. And Tillamook is celebrating its 160th anniversary. And one of the things Jonathan thought we might be able to do is record an interview with her, and maybe do some videos for Tillamook as they get into their anniversary year. So there are all kinds of things I can do something I can do when I retire, because I don't want to just sit home and vegetate. Learning tech, learning how to conquer tech, those things keep my mind active. And I think that's one of the things I've learned from all the folks I know here at Bay City that are older, is that if you keep your mind active, you're going to have a better chance of living a little longer and keeping your faculties. My mother had dementia, so one of the things I want to do is try to keep my mind as triggered as I can, so that I don't fall into that. It's still possible, I guess, but it's one of the things I would like to not do, is I want to keep my mind active. I try to keep my body as active as possible. I'm not a real exercise person. I hate exercise, but my job, I'm on my feet a lot, so my knees are starting to hurt a little bit. So I need to walk a little more and start taking care of that, because I want to be able to travel when I retire. All things I want to do. And so to do those things, I have to keep my mind active, my body healthy. So just things to consider as you think about retiring, what you want to do, how you want to do it. This wasn't going to be a really long video this week. I've done some really long ones over the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to talk about tech and about people our age learning new stuff, being willing to learn new stuff, because that's one of the other things I see a lot of, is people my age and a little older not wanting to learn new tech. Does AI scare me? Sure, it does. but I had some fun with it, so now I can see it can be an entertainment tool. I took a bunch of old family photos, and I let AI turn them into to restore them a bit and to make them moving pictures. That was really cool. I mean, so I'm encouraging people, don't be afraid of AI. I think as we grow older, AI can help us do more things longer. The other night after our longest night service, um, the minister was telling a couple of us about a gentleman that he knows at the Tillamook Church that has a Tesla a self-driving car. Now that freaks me out a little bit. I like control. But what Jonathan, our pastor, pointed out was what this gentleman says is it's going to allow him to be independent and driving a lot longer because the car takes care of a lot of it for him, and he doesn't have to, he still has to pay attention. He has to be behind the wheel and pay attention to what's going on, but the car's taking most of the action. That's going to help him stay mobile and in his car and with a driver's license a lot longer. So think about that. Because I think that's what we all have to do, is look for the tools that are going to help us do the most things and stay independent a lot longer than our parents and our grandparents were. I don't want to be sitting on my front porch in a rocking chair when I'm 80. I want to be traveling. I want to be doing videos. I want to be experimenting with tech. I want to be just doing stuff, being active. Because what I've discovered is we've had some folks at our church that have lived well. We had a gentleman, his name was Jack. He golfed every day. He lived to be like 94, and he was still, up until maybe 6 months or so before he died, he was going to the golf course every day and getting around to golf. And you have to have goals. You have to stay active. You have to keep your mind active. And so that's what I'm trying to set myself up to do. So, things to think about as we travel down the road towards retirement. When this month is over, next week when I record, I'll be clicking off another month, and I'm actually going to take a whole year's calendar off of my calendar that I show you, because at the end of this month it will be 24 months, and that's a whole year gone from my calendar now. That's really, really exciting. So there you have it. Just having a good time for the holidays, getting ready to get started again. Tomorrow I go back to work, and Wednesday we get to leave early from work. We're closing early for New Year's Eve, but we will be open New Year's Day all day. So you can come, if you're here in Tillamook, you can come to the Creamery on New Year's Day. From noon to 2, we will be sampling Portland syrups, vanilla syrup and coffee. So, if you're in Tillamook, come on by and say hi to all of us at the Creamery, and just have a wonderful New Year, everyone. I will see you next week.